স্টার্ট করো।
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nazia. I read in class 6 English version. Welcome to Nazia Computer and Applied Knowledge. Today I will talk about my update of study. So for this I have a syllabus in my hand. This is my school syllabus. So in the cover page, the name of my school, that is Biseshto Munshi Abdurov Public College, they have written. Then after that there is some information about my school. Then in my school there are main two exams, that is half yearly and annual exam. I have passed the half yearly exam. Now I will attend the annual exam. For this, the school has divided the lessons of the books into two parts, half in the half yearly exam and another half in the annual exam. So first is Bangla first paper, that is Bangla Prothom Patro. In here they have divided that half yearly and annual. For half yearly I have to read some story, that is some Gaddo then Paddo, and I have a book. The name of the book is Anandopad. Another, here's some story, I have to read them also. So in the annual exam again the same thing, half are in half yearly exam. For example, in Gaddo the name of the story are Shototar Purushkar, Minu, Nilnod আর পিরামিডের দেশ তোলপাড়. I have completed all these. Then পদ্ম like জন্মভূমি, সুখ, মানুষ জাতি, ঝিঙে ফুল, I have also completed that. In the annual exam there are some গদ্য like অমর একুশে, আকাশ, মাদার তেরেসা, then পদ্ম মুজিব, বাঁচতে দাও, পাখির কাছে, ফুলের কাছে, দেন আনন্দপাঠ, কাঠের পা, চিন্তাশীল, অমি ও আইসক্রিমওয়ালা, রসুলের দেশে, ওকিং মসজিদে, ঈদের জামাত. Mainly the Gaddo and Paddo come from the Bangla first paper book, that is Charupat, and Anandopad is come from the book Anandopad. Okay. Then after the Bangla first paper I have completed all these, so 100% this is. Then Bangla second paper. In Bangla second paper again they have divided two, half yearly and annual. So the main parts are grammar, then সারাংশ, সারমর্ম, ভাব সম্প্রসারণ. In ভাব সম্প্রসারণ there are two parts, গদ্য and পদ্য. Then অনুচ্ছেদ, অনুধাবন, then চিঠি পত্র, then প্রবন্ধ like রচনা. Again annual exam is same. So I have completed all this in the half year, the lessons of half yearly exam and the lessons of annual exam. So, the examples of সারাংশ like আগেরকার দিনে ধুলোর কণা, আগেরকার দিনে পাঠানো হচ্ছে সংকেত, জগৎ সারমর্ম, জগৎ জুড়িয়ে রাঙা, সবুজ শ্যামল টু ফিরে আয়. ওকে. অ্যান্ড ভাব সম্প্রসারণ again শিক্ষা জাতির মেরুদণ্ড, ইচ্ছা থাকিলে উপায় হয়, বিশ্বে যা কিছু, নানান দেশে. সো ইন অনুচ্ছেদ সকালবেলা, অনুধাবন are that in the textbook. Then চিঠিপত্র ব্যক্তিগত, examples পরীক্ষার ফলাফলের সংবাদ জানিয়ে বাবার কাছে পত্র লেখো. That means we have to write a letter for this the situation mentioned. Then আবেদনপত্র আর বিদ্যালয় অনুপস্থিতির জন্য প্রধান শিক্ষকের কাছে ছুটির দরখাস্ত, like this type of things. So after my Bangla second paper I have completed all this, so it is 100%. Then after Bangla second paper it is English first paper, and you know that Bangla first paper carries, for examination Bangla first paper carries 100 marks, Bangla second paper 50 marks, and English first paper 100 marks. Seven subjects are in 100 marks and other are in 50 marks. Then English first paper. So English first paper, I have some scene passages that are mentioned in the textbook of English, that is English for today. Then some unseen passages that are unseen, but for practicing this we can use some other books, other grammar books. Then completing text, matching or rearranging, as you know. Then paragraph is based on school, person, health, country. Completing story like Thirsty Crow, then tit for tat. Okay, informal letter, dialogue, emails. I have completed all these of half yearly and annual examination, and it carries 100 marks. And emails are here, informal and informal letter also. Then after that, English second paper. In English second paper, there are grammar, formal letters or application. We have see that in the first paper, English first paper, there are informal letters. In the second paper, there are formal letters. That means application. So transfer certificate, school, poor fund, tubal, that are the examples. Then email and compositions. Then grammar like articles, preposition, use of words, substitution table, changing sentence, right form of verbs, use of punctuation marks and capitalization. Okay, after that, and English second paper carries 50 marks. Then subject mathematics. Okay, so syllabus for annual examination is if we perform in exam, we can see that there are how many 4 parts in the examination paper, and part 1 is arithmetic, part B is algebra, part C is geometry, and part D is statistics. Okay, so in part A arithmetic, exercise are 1.5, 1.6, that is the chapter number 1. Then the chapter is natural numbers and fraction. Then 2.2 ratios, the chapter 2, 2.2, 2.3. Then part B algebra, yes, algebra 3.3, 4.3 and 5. Yes, 5 is our equation. Then geometry is theorems 1 and 2. We have in the book there are 2 theorems, not more than this. Then exercise 6.2, 1 exercise. And construction, there are many construction in our book, and yes, the more construction is in chapter 6, that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, part D is statistic, and we have one chapter for statistics, that is chapter 8. Okay, and yes, in front of the examination paper, they always give that please answer any 7 question. So we have to answer 7 question among 11 question, and from each part we have to answer sometimes 2 or sometimes 1. In the half yearly exam, I have answered from each part I have answered 1 question. And yes, all the in the 100 marks examination, all are in creative question type, And I think you know that in creative question they gave an stream, then we have to answer 4 question from the stream. Basically not 4 question, number C and D, last 2 question that carries, number C carries 3 marks and number 4 carries 4 marks, and number A and B are come from the book. A and B are like short questions type. I have completed subject mathematics or then science. So again creative question type, then half yearly examination and annual examination. So in annual examination we have 7 chapters, that are chapter 6 sensory organs. In my previous video I have discussed about sensory organs, from sensory organs to eye. Then chapter 7 properties of matter and external effects. Chapter 10 is let us know motion. Chapter 11 force and simple machines. Chapter 12 origin and formation of the earth. Chapter 13 food and nutrition. Chapter 14 is environmental balance and our lives, and chapter 6 included in biology. Then chapter 7 in physics. Then chapter 10 is in physics also, 11 is also, then 12 is in chemistry, then 13 is in biology, and 14 also. Okay, after that BGS chapter 7 economy of Bangladesh. Chapter 8 Bangladesh and people. Chapter 9 environment of Bangladesh. Chapter 10 rights of children in Bangladesh. So as we are children, we should learn this all or memorize these all points of the rights of children. Then chapter 11 growth of children in Bangladesh and problems. Then chapter 2 of Bangladesh and regional cooperation. So there are total 17 chapters and I have completed all these. Then subject, so in short we call it IME, and the full form of IME is Islam and Moral Education. So again half yearly and annual, we know that there are 5 chapters. Then how will we divide them? In my syllabus they divided like half lesson of chapter 3, that means chapter 1 to chapter 3, half lessons of chapter 3, lesson 1 to 6. Then after that in the annual examination, chapter 3 from lesson 7 to 14 to chapter 5, that means the end of the book. Okay, after that information and communication technology, that we call ICT. There are 5 chapters and my school divides is like total 3 chapter in half yearly and 2 chapter in annual examination. And for MCQ there are 25 marks and practical there are 25 marks, total 50 marks. So I have completed all these. Then physical education, and for physical education for class test there are 10 marks. For HLB there are 10 marks, total 20 marks. Then because this is physical education, we have to participate in games or practice exercise. Then participation in games 20 marks, showing skill in game 10 marks, total 50 marks. And they divided like chapter 1, 3, 5 are in half yearly and 2, 4, 5 are in annual. They the same chapter in half yearly and annual is chapter 5. I have completed this. Then in the work and life class experiment like CW and HW 10 marks, then theoretical 30 marks and practical is 20 marks, total 50 marks. I have completed all this. Then home science. Okay, basically home science are for girls and agriculture are for boys. We can girls can choose also agriculture. So I have choose home science. So my syllabus of home science is like that: half yearly and annual. For half yearly, chapter 1, 2, then 4, 5, then 8, 9, then 12, 13. Because in the home science book there are 15 chapters, and they divided it like this: chapter 3, chapter 6, then in the annual examination chapter 7, chapter 10, chapter 11, chapter 12, and chapter 15. And it carries 100 marks, 70 marks for our creative question and remaining 30 for our MCQs. That means multiple choice question. Okay. So after that our subject is art and craft. Okay. So in art and craft they divide it like question type and mark distribution. The distribution of marks: theoretical, where in theoretical 10 marks, practical is 30 marks, and they will give us a project that is 10 marks. Theoretical 10 marks. And how do we get, or how will we get these 10 marks? By answering any from 2 short question, 10 marks for every question. That means you have to answer 2 short question. They will give us 2 short question and we have to answer any one, and that carries 10 marks. That is the theoretical. And practical 30 marks. So how 35 marks? There are 3 parts: A, B, C. So in A 10 marks, B 10 marks, C 10 marks. Okay, in A, fine arts. So we have to draw and color any from 2 sceneries. They will give us 2 sceneries and we have to draw and color any one of them. 10 marks for every scenery, yes. 5 marks for drawing and 5 marks for coloring. If someone don't color or only draw the any scenery that is mentioned, he or she will get 5 marks. So number B is craft. Craft is 10 marks. So craft, draw and color any from 2 designs again. And yes, designs and sceneries are different. Like for scenery, I can give you some example like autumn, the scenery of autumn, the scenery of summer, rainy season, like this, the scenery of seasons or village or fishing scenery, anything. And craft designs like flower leaf designs, this type of things. And it carries 10 marks for every design, yes. 5 marks for drawing and 5 marks for coloring again. Number C, project, handicraft. Okay, 10 marks for every work. Student must bring the art materials during exam time. So in exam time we have to bring the art materials which we will use. So there are again half yearly and annual. Half yearly, we have a book of arts and craft, and from there some lessons. Then fine arts, craft designs, and in project there are scrapbook, chain, paper flip. Okay. After that, I've completed this annual examination. So theoretical, some lessons like lesson 4, 5, 6, then fine art scenery with color. With color, autumn, as I said before, then winter, fishing, scenery of sunrise, walking, folk arts, then brother and sister are drawing pictures. That means brother and sister are drawing picture, the scenery of that place. or that situation. Scenery of a fair, like book fair. Okay, craft. Design or alpona with color. Alpona with birds. Then design with circle, triangle, square. Design with leaf and leaf shape. So leaf shape. Design with butterfly shape. Handicraft. Artwork with bottle. Artwork with found object. Making clay flower. So we have to work with bottle, like anything we can make with bottle, a pen holder. Then artwork with found object, like anything. I found this, so I will make something with this. Making clay flower pot. We have to make flower pot with the clay. Okay, so I have discussed about my update of class 6 book or syllabus. So now I will use some books. Computer scene. So here let's talk about math. So we can see the front page of our math book, Mathematics Class 6. Okay. Then look, there are some algebraic problems. Then number line, this is a number line. Then geometrical and equation. Okay. Let's go to the chapter list. Okay, contents. So there are the number of chapter and chapter, the name of the chapter, then page number. So chapter 1 is about natural numbers and fraction, that is from page 1 to page 44. So it's a big chapter. Then chapter 2 is ratios, percentages. Then chapter 3 integers. Chapter 4 algebraic expression. Chapter 5 is simple equations. Chapter 6 is basic concepts of geometry. Chapter 7 practical geometry. First we will learn some concepts of geometry, the main thing. Then after that, chapter 7 is about practical. We have to do it with our hand. Then chapter 8 is information and data. So there are 4 parts, as I have said before. So natural number and fraction included in arithmetic, ratios and percentage also included, arithmetic and integer also. Then algebraic expression, the name is given as the part name, that means algebra. Algebra chapter 4 and 5. Then chapter 6 and 7 are geometry and geometrical part, and chapter 8 is about statistics. Okay, so let's go to natural number and fraction. Natural numbers and fractions. So there's some introduction. They say that at the end of this chapter, the student will be able to learn. We will able to learn these things. Okay, then the lesson starts from here. In my video of mathematics, I have discussed about this chapter, natural numbers and fracture. I have discussed about the natural numbers. What is natural number? Look, there are a definition of digits. The definition of natural number is like that: all the whole numbers except 0 is our natural number. And digits are, yes, the example of digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0. Look, there are 0 for this is called digit, and in the natural number of the examples of natural number, there are no digits. Because of this, these called natural numbers. Okay, then are called the decimal system. Okay, I've discussed about all this. I have discussed about up to exercise 1.1, and I have completed the whole chapter. Then there are greatest and smallest number. We have to identify with the symbols greater than and less than, or if it is equal, we can use the equal. Then place value, it is in international counting system: billions, millions, thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. Okay, the place value system. Then we didn't learn the million and billion in previous classes. It is new for us. Because of this, they gave us information of million and billion, so that we can understand, because we have learned lakh and crore. For this, they compared to million to lakh. So 1 million equal to 10 lakh. If I said I have 10 lakh taka, and if anyone says I have 1 million taka, so these two are same. Again, billion, 1 billion equal to 100 crore. Okay, then exercise 1.1 are about this, and we have to write it in digits if they are in words, and if they are in digits, we have to write it in words. After that, prime number and composite number. So prime number and composite number. Prime number, for learning this, we have to first know the factor and multiple. If we learn multiple, then factor is more easier to us. So for prime number, the factor is not more than 2 numbers. And what are the 2 numbers? Always 1 and the numbers itself. Then co-prime numbers. Okay, look, they have bold it, and if the common factor of 2 or more numbers is only 1, then the number are co-prime to each other. So look, they have said factor. So first we have to learn what is factor. So factor of 2 or more numbers is only 1. They gave some example. Look, 8 and this. Okay, so is only 1 or more. Look, there are 3 2. So in 15 factors, is there any 2? No. So they are co-prime numbers to each other. Then divisibility. We know, first for this we have to know the multiplication or the timetable. Then look, divisibility by 2. How we can divide anything by 2? If the number is big or in another process. If the digit of the ones place of a number is 0 or an even number, then the number is divisibility by 2. Like, what can I say? 13. It can't be divided by 2 because 13 can't be divided by 2. If I say 12, the ones place or the numbers is an even number. So 12, yes, 6 into 2 equal to 12. So 6 to the 12. Look, we have found that 2 is divisible by 12 is divisible by 2. Okay. Then again for the information about 4, 5, then 3, 6, and yes, if any number is divisible by 2 and 3 will also be divisible by 6. Then 9. Some examples of that type of questions. It's as simple as like that. Okay. Yes, we know. And yes, some of these questions are problems we have solved it in class 5, 4 in the previous classes. So these are about our natural numbers. Then fractions. We have learned about fraction in class 5 that the denominator and numerator, if they are in denominator and numerator, they called a fraction. And there are some definitions of fraction. Many fractions are there. Okay. Then all these things we have learned in class 6. Okay. Okay, so from the first of the video we have talked about all things. We have I have shared with you about my syllabus topics. Then we have seen a math book of class 6 English version, and the book of English version and Bangla version are same, just the language is changed. So our school has divided my lessons or my books of lessons into 2 parts, and for these 2 parts, half yearly and annual examination, we have learned a lot, and the mark distribution of the new year, we have learned these things, and I have gave my update of my study. So okay. So now I will write something on board. The summary of that I have said. So subjects, like I have discussed about my subject, the percentage of my subjects that I have completed, like Bangla. And for Bangla first paper, I've completed 100%. Then Bangla second paper 100%. Then English first paper 100%. English second paper 100%. Math. Okay, let's talk about this. For Bangla first paper, it carries 100 marks for examination and 70 marks in creative question writing and 30 for MCQs. The Bangla first paper carries 50 marks and 50 marks are for grammar part. Then English first paper again 100, and it also it has like seen passages, unseen passages. Then English second paper has 50 marks, which is all in about grammar part, and math is 100, and it is 70 for creative question and 30 for MCQ. So in the examination hall, first I got the 30 marks MCQ. Then after filling the 30 marks MCQ, they gave me a question paper which has 11 creative question, and I have to answer among them 7 creative question. So in about mathematics, there are 4 parts, as I say. First part is arithmetic. Then algebra. Okay, let's write part A, part B, part C, and part D. Okay, so part A for arithmetic, part B for algebra, part C for geometry, and part D for statistics. I said that there are 11 creative questions, so we have to answer 7, and from each part we have to answer 2 creative questions. So if we have to answer 2 creative, right, from algebra to creative, from B chapter, from algebra, from arithmetic, then from geometry to from statistics 2. So how many? 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6, and yes, for statistics there are 2. Because of this, we have to answer 1. And sometimes, like in my half-yearly exam, teachers gave me the question, and in front of the question they have said to answer 1 creative question from each part. So there are 4 parts, then 4 creative question, and remaining 3 I have to answer as my wish. Okay, so we have learned and we have learned many things from this video. The syllabus of a school, then the marks distribution, the new format of this 2018 books. Then we have saw book in PDF size. Then we have saw that math book, and we have learned natural numbers. Chapter 1 is about natural numbers, contents of the chapters, many things. So friends, I hope you like this video, and I have gave my update of study. So I should end this video now. Okay friends, Allah Hafiz.